Hi Aries women, this is your Alchemy of Relating spread for March 2017. The I Ching is an ancient Chinese divination method used for centuries to help make sense of changes. This spread is meant to help you gain insight into the hexagrams that are influencing your relationship. So the first two cards are meant to give you an idea of the grounding of the relationship and what is really forming that structure within the relationship this month. It can also point out to where things are also being undermined. So if there's something that's being undermined and you don't know about it, reflecting on this card could give us an idea of what that might be. So this is hexagram 64 and it's called Before Completion. So this hexagram is telling you that you sometimes might feel like the person in this card, your feet is upon crinkling ice and it seems to be cracking, but it's really imperative that you reach the other side of the river. And that is not going to happen if you just stand in one place. So whatever is needing to get resolved in your life, it's a good time to start accepting that the ways that you wanted to go that weren't working, that were creating fractures, you just need to respect the integrity of that ice and go in the direction that will support your weight. So all of a sudden you might be used to doing something some way and then the ice kind of cracks beneath your feet. Ice cracking can be in terms of losing emotional support or financial support or something that doesn't feel right generally about the situation, and then it's time to take a step in another direction. So I know Aries women, you have it so within your power to do that. And you will reach the completion. It just is going to be important not to be impatient and make sure that you make the choices that are right for you, and then you will get the respect you deserve for that. So this card is for in the position of your partner, and it's hexagram number 10. And hexagram 10 in the ancient Chinese book of changes is known as treading. And this hexagram is telling us that when we're making decisions in our everyday life, we can do it from a place of ego, which is the superficial I that we've created, or we can do it from something a little bit more deep. And it takes a long time for a lot of people to reach that inner kind of essence or centering, but it's gonna come a time when Aries women partner, you make the decision and you make the choice based on whether you make your decision from a place of ego or that place of internal truth. So if you're having a kind of difficult time distinguishing what is the difference between your ego and your essence, the ego tends to be a little bit more aggressive because when it wants what it wants, it does so without caring about whom it hurts or what the consequences might be. So an attitude that is characterized by ego will make decisions believing that it is right no matter what. So if you want to come back into a sense of integrity, and that's what this card is calling for, Aries partners, is that you need to remember that you don't act like a robot and cut out any kind of old habitual behavior when approaching basically the way that you feel about your partner. So think from your essence And an essence it doesn't have problems with security, so it's very assured in its own skin. It doesn't look to outer confirmation of anything. It's not going to look to the outer to get confirmation about its own self-worth. It comes from its own state of self-worth. So really acting from your own internal sense of self-worth and not looking to others to impart your value on you and making decisions based on that is going to give you a lot more rewarding results. All right, the next card is meant to depict the emotional climate that you are in this month. It's meant to show you what is helping you acquire balance within the relationship, as well as what it is that you can do to instigate more in-depth conversations. This is hexagram 17. Hexagram 17 is known as following in the Book of Changes. And following is something that we in society see every day. There are leaders and there are followers. So this card, Aries women, might be saying that you need to learn how to follow your partner in certain decisions. There might have been decisions or things from the present that you need to just follow them as a leader. So you're going to learn a lot from your partner this month, and just make sure that you are open to reaching your fullest potential. So just like there are teachers that have followers, and what makes a good teacher is that they care about their partner, as long as you make sure and you know that your partner has your best interests at hand, then it's not going to be a bad thing to follow their insight or inspiration in terms of how you can let go of certain elements of control. So it's important also to follow your own heart. So it doesn't mean following without thinking about what it is that you are following. It just means that if it conforms to what it is that you feel within the relationship, then there's nothing wrong about taking a more following stance. Being honest with yourself, and also, even if you feel challenged, it's going to be a good way to reach your own inner voice. So learn through following. All right, the fourth card is the card of your partner, Aries women, and this is the hexagram 63, which is known as completion in the Book of Changes. Completion is a hexagram that's saying that something of a milestone has been reached, and it's really kind of a celebration time. Whatever it is that helped you reach this point of completion, it's not necessarily the time to, let's say, if you put it in a metaphor, it's not the time to give up on everything that it was that brought you that success. So it's still maintaining those habits that brought you success, that brought you to other points of completion, that is going to continue and bring fruitful results in the future. So any kind of breakthrough is not just the end, it's a continuum, and you can see completion in small and in great ways. But keeping to the path of what it was that brought you those that amazing sense of completion, and whatever made you feel like this image in the card, then those are the aspects that you need to focus on this month. So whatever gives you that joy. All right, this is the card known as hexagram number 1. It's the most yang card that you can get, Aries women, and it's called the creative. So this card is in the state of mind and the perceptions and what you hope secretly hope for. It could be a clue into giving you kind of a better idea or a new perspective on the relationship. It's really asking you to be open to receiving the guidance of this card. And the guidance of this card is healthy respect for the creative things in life. So as the primary instigating force, this is a very male card to get. And when you get this card, it's saying either you need to be open to that kind of yang energy, or you need to balance the creative with the receptive, which is the yin. So I'm probably going to say in this case, considering it's for an Aries woman, that you need to balance your yin energy with your yang energy. What does that mean? That just means balancing the need to be receptive with the need to create. So if you have any kind of creating control issues where you want to be the one controlling certain things, then it might be a good idea to kind of let go and let God with this card. Yang, no matter what, is going to manifest in a relationship. So by being intuitive and also not forgetting your biggest dreams, you can relax and kind of let this happen for you. All right, this is the card of your partner, Aries women, and again, this card focuses on their state of mind and kind of what they're hoping for or longing for or want from you. So if you can see this card and for what it is, and maybe give you and kind of some perspective on how you can create that harmonious aspect for that, you might benefit. So this is hexagram 7 called Discipline, and in the Book of Changes, discipline is sort of telling you that what you want right now could possibly come about through your own source or strength and through your own disciplining behavior. So it's not a card asking for excessive discipline. It's just saying that you could focus on sort of being like this Chinese warrior here with the sword, cut through the things that you think you've lost, but also reflect on what it means to take the easy way out, because that can only lead to short-term success. So it's not just a very superficial card saying cut through the excess and move straight ahead. It's really saying that you need to be disciplined in how you handle your resources, and you don't need to relax your awareness, because this card is saying that even if it seems like it is a threatening situation, your own personal discipline will help you harness the energy that you need to support and create a solution for yourself. So it's going to take an energy that's alike or akin to diffusing a bomb almost, but if you can get through it, it's going to be good. So take inspiration from this, what would I say, Shaolin monk? I don't know. Be disciplined. Don't be scared of the results you have when you're disciplined. This is the final card. It's the Insight card, and it's actually that of companionship. So hexagram 13 in the Book of Changes is talking about what it is in companionship that makes relationships so attractive. So by helping one another towards common goals and not becoming too obsessed with the drama of it all, you can find a certain new respect for one another's uniqueness. So obviously, Aries women, There is a certain trust that exists between any relationship, and the ability to work side by side and to kind of recreate that ideal of companionship is what this hexagram is asking for. Also, if you can remember that everybody is an individual who is loved in their own right, you can create a new understanding and vision that will move you forward. So, companionship as well is asking that in any kind of relationship, no one is looking to see how much something is given or not. So remembering the freedom to be an individual is an important message of this card. Okay, thank you for listening. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing. I look forward to your March reading, Aries ladies, and till then, see you.